The Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another fabulous, fantastic Friday edition, remote, of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. The world tour continues at our favorite place, 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park, Hallandale Beach, Florida. And you know the weekend is nigh if you hear the horses' hooves and some neighs.
You need some horse
How's
sounds?
that for some wordsmithery on the spot?
What was that now?
I said, you know the weekend is nigh if you hear some horses' hoofs and some neighs.
I think you were some kind of offbeat poet in a previous life, Mike Mayo.
I should have been a rapper.
Obviously with a way for words.
Could have been the white Jew rapper, but the Beastie Boys already took that.
Could have been the
do
Jewish
it.
Vanilla Ice.
Yeah.
Yes, that would have been good. And you know what? With your good looks, it would have been, likely that you would have had great success in that business.
I tend to doubt anything to do with singing.
I don't know about your dance moves.
Well, actually, my dance moves are
no, they were
respectable
suspect at best.
white man
Yeah.
overbite.
I saw you out there that time at
It's
the
birthday
Tipperary
weekend, Defo.
pub.
I am
Yeah.
jacked up.
You are. I mean, there's something going on
There
with
is
you.
something
What
going
is
on. It's those spring. Well, it's almost summertime, and even though it's been brutally oppressively
I'm afraid I
hot,
know what it is, but I won't mention it.
it's
Yeah.
pheromones or something like that. Or
Something's happening,
hormones,
man, yeah.
Or all kinds of good things are
You-
happening in Mike Mayo world and on Mike Mayo's Lunchbox world. What a week. I mean, we had Tom Herman, the new FAU football coach, on Tuesday at Talia's Tuscan table. On Wednesday, we got with our man Shaker at Deck
That
and
was great.
Spice, my new favorite Indian restaurant, like full-scale sit-down Indian restaurant in Broward County in Pompano. That's great. Yesterday, I can't even remember this. It's just so fast and furious. But, of course, Frank Talrico with great stories. And, of
That was
course,
funny.
Bamboo Beach Tiki Bar at the Ocean Manor Resort, where he also has the excellent Casa Calabria. And I guess drum roll, please. We welcome aboard Casa Calabria and Ocean Manor Resort as one of our new sponsors on the Lunchbox. And yeah, they're filling up fast. They just can't wait to get aboard the Lunchbox train.
Everybody loves Mayo.
And-
Apparently that's the case. You drop your name somewhere, they immediately say, "Hey, can you guys come out and do a show?" And then they're asking about advertising rates, which I naturally defer to you because you are Foo, the car dealer in Las Vegas that comes in as the cooler and closes the deal. You're great with that.
Well,
It's fear. It's fear, man.
No,
it's
it's not
fear.
that. It's just
I don't know
I
if
think
it's
you know
fear or
they
not.
know that I only go after quality people and not anybody.
We're
can
lucky in
come
that
aboard
regard, for
as
sure.
a sponsor.
Yeah.
I truly back 100% with the gambling gourmet guarantee that the restaurants.
You should
and
have a
other
rubber stamp, a
establishments-
gambling gourmet
Gourmet
approved.
approved,
and
yeah.
then just boom.
Well, I put that
Sign
on a
off
lot
on
of
it,
the posts on the Let's Eat South Florida. Over 180,000 now.
Well, what's the big issue on Let's Eat South Florida right
You
now?
know, right
we
now, I
haven't
can't
really
tell- I
talked enough
actually-
about some of those
I
things.
wanted to, well, first of all, start by saying later today we're going to be joined, as usual, by Joe Beja, here, the director of hospitality
I
at
love Beja.
Gulfstream and 10 Palms, and we're going to be giving him a big congratulations because his team, the Vegas
his
Golden
Vegas
Knights,
Knights.
emerged victorious with the Stanley Cup. He went to school, hospitality school at University of Nevada, Las Vegas, UNLV, and so
He has every right to be a fan of that team.
and that's fine. He really went in all the way, even though he's now living down here as a Golden Knights fan. So we're going to salute him, and we also salute the Panthers and the Heat for their good runs. And I'm going to turn over the first 3 minutes of the show now because you guys had technical issues. The morning Defo show got derailed,
A little ugly.
and there is some sports news. So if Lubie is, if he's so inclined, you and him for 3 minutes, let's discuss the sports news of the day.
There wasn't anything. No, Lubie actually was very correct on his predictions. He is now our golf prognosticator, and he actually gave out Ricky Fowler and Dustin Johnson in the U.S. Open. And if you look
Good
at the
start.
leaderboard, Ricky Fowler shot a 62, which, Mike, you covered a ton of golf. I mean, what's up with that course? They destroyed this course yesterday. I mean,
Well,
if you do the extrapolation, the winner's going to be 32 under in the U.S. Open.
that used to be unheard of because the U.S. Open,
Like 1 under was an enormous
The
score.
USGA is crazy
the
about
old
it.
joke
Yeah.
was the USGA, which runs the U.S. Open, not the PGA Tour, that they always said they'd like to identify the best golfer in the world, but the joke
Degree
among
of difficulty.
the joke among
Yeah,
the
it's high.
players is they didn't want to identify the best player, they wanted to punish the
Wanted to
best
bury him,
players,
yeah.
because it used to be even par was a great score.
Yep.
And
They had Venus flytraps as the rough. I mean, like the ball would just get
Right.
sucked up
So
and disappear.
this place, it's a first time, I guess, major venue. It is a very secretive course. It's a place I never knew existed.
I didn't even know. I lived in
And
LA
it's
8 years. I
right
had never
in
heard
the
of it.
heart of. It's right behind Century City and next to the Beverly Hilton. I've stayed at that Century City.
It's next to the Beverly Hilton. That
Yeah,
course?
yeah.
Wow.
Did you watch any of it last night? Because they
I
have all
watched
these
it, yeah.
views.
I watched all
You
day.
see in the background these panoramic views of the Beverly Hilton, Century City, and there's a big hotel. I forget, but I stayed there for one of the Rose Bowls that UM played in. Great, gorgeous property, along with that mall is great. And then you see downtown Los Angeles. It's wedged in this little valley. It's been there since the 1920s. It's the same course architect who designed Riviera and Bel Air country
Well, he
clubs.
did something different here.
Riviera and Bel Air have all this like famous. I did some research last night because I know so little about the course,
Yeah.
and I covered golf, and I've played most of the best courses on the planet, and I've never even heard, let alone set foot on Los Angeles Country Club. Apparently, it's ultra exclusive, private. $250,000 initiation fee, and they shy away from celebrities. They don't want the golf playing celebrities.
Just want regular
like
schlubs from
Larry
Beverly Hills.
David. Larry David belongs to Riviera, and then used to be like Jack
Riviera
Lemmon.
was the big one, Mike.
And Bel Air, I think Justin Timberlake is at Bel Air, but Los Angeles Country Club, I don't even know who. It must be titans of industry and media or
There's plenty
Hollywood
of people with money out there. My first
executives.
ever interview I did of any significance was at the Beverly Hilton Hotel. I was in a bowling league in Los Angeles, and I was looking to get into some form of journalism. So I figured I better write some writing samples if I'm going to apply at different places. And my friend set me up. He was working on a television show, and he set me up an interview with Ed Asner.
Oh, wow.
And I will never forget sitting
He's
at
great.
the Beverly Hilton.
I love that.
Well, it was the Beverly Hills Hotel, not the
He's
Hilton,
best.
but the
Yep.
Beverly Hills Hotel. And there was Ed, and he was a terrific guy. I
He's
mean,
a union man, a
yeah.
very big, almost socialist. And
may
I
he
met,
rest in peace.
Yeah,
may
he
he
just
rest in
passed a
peace.
couple
Lou
years
Grant,
I
of
had him in a
course,
Deadpool, but he didn't die during that period of time. Unfortunately for me, I could have
Big
cashed
fan
on
of
Asner
his.
again.
his character Lou Grant, revered by journalists, first
Very
in the,
much like you.
in
Yeah,
first
yeah.
in the comedy
you were an
Mary
editor.
Tyler Moore show, where his famous line was, "You've got spunk, kid. I hate
Yeah.
spunk." That
he
was,
could have been any more of a down to earth, nicer guy.
and then they spin off the character
Who wrote
into
him?
this serious Lou Grant. Remember
Yeah.
that, where he's the editor, metro editor of a big city paper in L.A. Rossi was his investigative reporter. That he
That's
had
when
to keep on
journalism mattered too.
and that was a really accurate
Yeah.
depiction. I got to say,
Pretty good.
two of the most accurate depictions of journalism on TV was the Lou Grant show, and then also on
Don't
The
say.
Wire. The Wire on HBO had a season.
I thought you were going to say network.
No. Well,
Yeah,
that's
that
a
was
movie.
awful, yeah.
I'm talking.
No,
Network
not
was
that.
great.
What was it? What was it? Oh, the newsroom. That was it.
The newsroom. I
The
liked.
newsroom was
Brown,
such a,
Murphy
I mean,
Brown.
blatant
liked.
exaggeration of what was happening.
Yeah, because Aaron Sorkin wrote it, so it was a little bit.
Yeah.
over
Oh
the
my
top.
God! I mean, imagine all
But-
these discussions going on between two guys
don't
that
know.
are writing for the paper.
Did you watch The Wire? Because that was a multi-layered thing about
I did watch some
drug
Wire.
dealers
yeah.
and police and the
But
education.
you know, the only
system
Wire I'm
and-
really familiar with is
Wire. The
Right
one
here
right
at the
down there.
track.
We're at Gulfstream. They're going to be live racing today and all
You'll
weekend.
hear me yelling later
We're
on.
going to have a contest. But getting back to LA Country Club, so the weird thing about it, it's like you
Is
can
Cher a
let,
member? No.
no, I have no. Just why you
Does she
get me
golf?
started?
No.
Sure.
I never seen
Very
so much
wide-
history at the top of the show.
Very wide fairways. You can land a jumbo jet on it. Usually, U.S. Open has very narrow
Narrow,
fairways. These are like jumbo wide, and it's a par 70 because it has 5 par 3s.
5 par 3s. I
That's
saw that.
unusual. So don't look at the 62. You're looking to score relative to par because
It seemed
usually
like a joke. They had two guys broke the record all time. I mean, going
the
all the
same
way back
day.
to like 1837, no one had ever shot below 63 in a
But
major
again,
event.
60 relative to par, they're usually at courses that are par 72.
True, but I mean,
71s.
this place has to be a joke. And by the
It's
way, it
not
was
a
great.
joke.
Didn't you give us the floor for 3 minutes? You have to stop
I was
talking.
gonna say, I don't think I've said a word.
What? is this? Mayo, what's
I'm the
in
golf
you today?
expert. You brought up golf. I thought you were going to go to the John Morant route. I gave you the big opening.
We didn't
put
care
the
about
softball
that. I mean,
over the plate.
so another guy
and
that
you start
disgraced
talking
himself.
golf. I'm the golf expert. I covered the sport like
Well,
intensely.
it's not like I don't know anything about it, but that was an interesting.
You didn't know that LA
3
Country
minutes.
Club
Give
was
us
right
another
next-
3 minutes here.
I'll
We'll
share-
give you our
yeah.
opinion on the
I'm
food
gonna have
here.
my birthday libation. All right, guys. Talk about John Morant because you were talking.
don't
We
have
don't
much to
care
say.
about John Morant.
I
It's
don't have much to
unfortunate.
say.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Wait, now you don't have that much to say. Before airtime, he's like going off. Only 20 games.
Well,
and
that's
blah, blah,
Lubie.
blah.
Defo, yeah,
Yeah.
Defo. I don't know. Defo's look. I don't know what to do with it because it's a repeat offense, but also the tenor of our country is weird when it comes to guns. So to me, to punish a kid for brandishing a gun when political candidates, that's their like, they literally will announce their candidacy by going out with their shotgun. So it's like, what's the difference? Why is John Morant worse off than
There's a
MTG?
dichotomy here, and the dichotomy
I don't know
is-
about that. Here you go. It's a professional sports league, and they have advertisers and sponsors and all kinds of deals around the world, and people they have to answer to. They have to project at least, whether it's real or not, a certain image of integrity and class, and they don't need a guy waving a gun around in the club. That doesn't help them any, and they have every right to go ahead like any business and say, hey, listen, man, if you're not going to conform to what it is that we need to do to keep things going so you can make $50 million a year, then we're going to have to do something about it. And,
All right.
and they have the right
No,
to
they
do
have
it.
the right as
Yeah.
a private league
Yes,
and a private
100%.
business. They can,
It's two separate things.
they
yeah.
can discipline their players. But what Lubie was alluding to, and which I was going to back him on, is that
You were going
have
to
this-
sign with Lubie?
Yeah, there's a
You really
dichotomy.
are a shot fighter at this
There's
point.
a dichotomy in this country in that now we are having ever more, liberal
Loosening
I'm
of
saying
gun laws,
loosening, not the
yeah.
word liberal, but the word
Yeah, I mean,
loosening
they
of
are.
gun laws. You can open carry. You don't need a permit anymore. All these things. You can wave a gun around as long as you don't shoot it at anybody. And I don't even know if you can wave a gun around because the laws on
You're
the
not
books.
supposed to.
There's
brandish.
brandishing weapons is supposedly still against the law.
Yes, you're not supposed to do that.
But I don't know what it means now that you can open carry and not need a permit.
Well,
So-
there's a case
and
pending
defend
now
yourself.
where that guy was on the bridge and they had the protesters, Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
and there was a bunch of like teenage black kids on the bicycles on the bridge causeway, one of the causeways in Miami, and a guy got out of his car and started waving a gun. And they ended up settling. He took a plea deal where he ended up on probation. It was like almost no. He's literally brandishing a gun and waving it in the face of teenage kids. And whether he was mad or not, he had a right to be angry, but he didn't have a right.
And
I
you
wouldn't
know-
think to do that.
But you know what we have that, and now we're getting
and he
into
got
like,
nothing. He
Yeah,
got
I'm not
nothing.
even trying to get
we're
political.
getting into heavy duty stuff here, but that is all brought about by the whole stand your ground law. And
Yep.
as long as somebody has a fear or reasonable perception of their life being in jeopardy, then you can brandish a gun and use it with deadly force,
Which is
as
as
we saw in
generic
the
a thing as
Trayvon
possible.
Very
Martin
liberally
case.
applied in Florida.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
which is-
it's
very liberal.
Which is as
Yeah.
how did
generic.
we get down this rabbit hole?
So, anyways,
because
Listen,
you
well,
were
you
you were
brought John
talking
Morant.
sports.
I was
Oh,
trying
John
to talk
Morant.
John Morant.
This is on me.
I
That's
look
my
again,
fault.
and I'll end my part here. At a business, you have a right to punish people for doing things that may hurt the business. 100%. This is a repeat offense. On top of that, so we know you get hit hard for repeat offense. I expected a half a season. It's lighter than I expected. But there is also, again, a tenor in this country when it comes to gun and another route. So it's like, how hard could you punish him?
Right.
When grown adults who are going to be government officials are brandishing guns
Right. When
in
the- when-
videos
Yes.
openly.
What kind of modeling is there by
So
the
what can you do?
leadership?
That's
and
my
then
only-
why are we looking to basketball players to model even
Exactly.
any better behavior? One last thing about sports before we go into my food orgy for the week, and I'll recap everything, and then we'll get into the contest.
You never said anything about Thai spice.
Ty Spice,
yesterday.
I
Yeah.
was
All right.
saving it for
All right.
today
Today.
before
Okay.
Joe gets here. But one last topic. Baseball is now obviously at the forefront with the end of the winter sports.
Yes.
And the Marlins or whatever.
I'm good.
I was
We're
watching
doing all
some.
right.
I was
Playing
watching
well.
some of the Mets Yankee games this week, and it was fascinating to see a guy steal second, third, and home. But it's part of the new rules where you can only do pickoff moves for a
To
certain
steal
number
a
of
home,
times.
Buck Showalter had to be ready to throw up the Mets manager when he saw that. And how on earth do you have the guy out of a windup with this guy, Kiner Falefa, who has good
Kind of, what
speed?
was that?
Kiner Falefa
Is that what you put in a pita bread? And you put some
it's
of that
Ralph
white
Kiner
sauce
eating
on
a
That sounds like a
falafel.
Middle
Yeah,
Eastern
I mean,
dish,
think of
yeah.
Ralph Kiner with a big falafel on the Kiner's corner. instead of a pastrami sandwich from Katz's. Did they eat on that show? They didn't eat on that show. That was what was wrong with Kiner's
No,
Corner. They
Kinder
should have
Corner
been
would have
eating
been
like
great if he should have had like the hot dog. They should have just
had
shoveled a
something,
hot dog.
a couple
down
of shade
his-
dogs. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, remember?
I think he had a couple of wrangles before the show.
You know, it's funny. I have to say this because having worked at Shea for 5 years, and I never sold hot dogs, but back then they used to actually have the guy with the thing
The
strapped on his.
cart, and it had
He had the thing strapped on him, and it had the hot dogs in
it had
that
the
water.
Yes,
Water
that's the
is
best, the
heavy.
water
This
dog.
water, I'm telling you, man. I mean, if
Oh, I've
Flushing,
been there. I've done that.
that
I
might
mean,
be the ugliest sewage water that you could have extracted from the
My-
gutters of Flushing, New
my
York.
late older brother
And the hot
David.
dogs were great.
My late older brother David, oldest brother. He was also a stadium worker at Shea and also Madison Square
It
Garden.
was a great job.
And
Great
besides selling beer, I think David did sell some hot dogs one year.
Oh, yeah?
He was a strong kid and he was able to get around with it. But yeah, those dirty dogs, that was
They were and they
finest.
carried them around at the ballpark in the boiling water, which
Yeah.
and then the guy would like take it out there with a little tongs and
Muscle, yes.
put it on the bread, and next thing you know, he's like
the little
sliding a stick.
packets of Gouldens. And
A
you always
stick.
say, "Can I get an extra two, please?" I liked a lot of the Gouldens.
Yeah,
mustard.
no, Gulden's packets were good back then.
That was
you know,
good.
nothing superior to anything
But
else.
what I wanted to just say is, what do you think of the new rules? Because the games have been speeded up by an hour.
They
Not
have.
that I've watched any of them this year.
It's
Just-
good. That aspect is good. There's no doubt about it. I mean, if you're going to have like a kind of a tedious, slow, transpiring game, you definitely don't want it to take forever. Also,
Yep.
I mean, the pace of the game is already slow enough. The problem with baseball is just everybody strikes out. I mean, if you look at it,
It's
you'll see 16, 20 strikeouts a game combined. You never used to see that.
Well,
back in the day.
it's funny, and it's starting at the little league level. I've seen them with my nephew doing this. Like it used to always be swing level, right? That was the thing. Swing level, swing for contact. That was the thing I grew up hearing. Swing for contact. Swing for
Mhm.
contact. I have yet to hear that. They don't ever say that to kids anymore.
no.
And my nephew's gotten into this thing, and no one corrects it. I try to correct it, where he does
a golf
the
swing?
uppercut.
Oh no!
Because he's a big
swinging for
dude,
the fences.
And he literally at 8 years old could hit the fence. Like he
So
is a strong dude, but
you-
I hate that he swings that way because I'd rather if you hit it hard enough, you'll get it over the fence regardless. But it's a
Yeah, you
thing
should be
that
going
they're
for
sort of
contact,
teaching
line
kids.
drive, singles. You know what the coaches always said to me when I was going up?
Bunt, Mayo.
No, lean in, crowd the plate.
Take
My,
one.
my
You wanna get hit?
biggest moment was bases loaded in a playoff game in Amity Little League, and
Amity.
I leaned in. I saw the pitch was coming right at
Oh,
me.
no.
I did not move a muscle.
Like
Boom,
you were
right
Ron
up there.
Hunt.
You
You were
took it
Ron
for
Hunt
the
back in
winning
the
run.
day.
Hit by pitch RBI. I'll take it. They
Remember
stuck me
Don
in
Baylor?
right
Don
field.
Baylor used to do that thing. Great Don Baylor.
I was not a natural.
You're
born
not
I
athlete.
saw him get
Little
hit like 400 times in a season with the.
I was good with the roller hockey leagues, though. I was.
I'll
a
give you a stat
scrapper.
though. A good friend of ours,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
great Tommy Hutton, now is still doing a great
Yeah,
job
he's
on the
doing
Marlins
great.
broadcast, and not a nicer guy in the world, and he is older than me, which is amazing.
Yes, doesn't
But
look like it.
he had over 1,500 major league at bats and was never
Food's
hit
here.
by
Hey,
a pitch.
Come on in.
Oh
Bring
wow,
it in.
that
That's
smells
it. I
great.
got my
Wow,
chicken.
look at you.
Got
Now,
my
now you're
blackened
talking.
chicken sandwich. I'm going a little
Is that
bit.
some
on the-
avocado in there too?
That is avocado on the chicken
Wow.
sandwich. Joe B.
That's me.
getting it
That's
done.
me. Yeah, thank you.
Defo, Mr. Keto, or whatever he's
No
diet he's
keto.
on.
No keto.
He's
I'm not
got-
gonna-
not keto.
He
It's just
refuses
lighter,
to call it
healthier
keto.
fare.
It's a healthy
look,
diet.
keto,
period.
by any
Yeah.
other name, is still Atkins or keto.
Well,
mean,
I
you're doing-
kind of got dissuaded by that butterball turkey
Oh,
circumstance.
let's talk about that. Enough of the sports talk. And again,
Thank
Defo
you, sir.
show on every
look
morning
at
on the
Lubie.
South
What do you
Florida
got there,
Live
Lubie?
Network.
Well, we're thinking sandwiches and salads would be a nice thing for us.
Yeah, it's good.
We haven't really done
Nice.
7 to
sandwiches.
9,
Nice.
and sports talk every morning on South
Oh, you know
Florida
what?
Live. We've got now.
The dressing
It's
of some
time for
kind,
the
yeah,
food talk, and this smells great. It looks great. We've got horse racing on tap later today. We've got a contest that we're going to get to in a bit. We've got sandwiches. We've got salads. We've got fries.
Smells great.
How about this? You want a French fry?
I really don't. You know what's funny? I'm not like you.
Well, I'm not like
I'm
me either.
not
I'm not a big fried
constantly-
guy. I could go
constantly
without
tempted.
fries. I'm going to go without
If I'm going to
fries.
do something, I'm going to do it.
You can have my
Yeah.
spinach on
And I don't need to talk about it all day.
All right.
It's
Well,
just-
let's talk about
but
this
the
butterball
sodium,
turkey.
the sodium thing
Okay.
is disturbing. It really is. Yeah.
Well, I do want to say, first of all, those that are saying happy birthday to Mike Mayo, we are celebrating it early today, so it's okay to say wish him happy birthday today. He's been going out to dinner, I think,
His
every
birthday
day,
week, birthday
all week.
fortnight?
Like he's like a
How many people have
16-year-old
taken you out so
teenager.
far? We haven't, but how many people have taken you out? Yeah.
I haven't counted it
I've
up
been with
yet.
him
I was
every
going to
day.
do the tally, but my friend Hui from Kaizen took me out to the second
You have
lunch.
chefs taking you out.
I
That's
had,
a beautiful thing,
to
man.
Thai
Restaurant
Spice. That was my
owners.
first visit ever to Thai Spice.
All right.
I want to talk about that.
Oh.
Next week, Bonnie is taking me out to Cafe Seville.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
get my
Oh,
stuffed
nice,
veal
man.
chop.
Can Lubie and I
Tonight,
get in on that? I mean,
tonight,
what is the
We
story?
may get in on
Tonight,
that. 'cause
my
I've never been.
daughter is taking me out to Kaizen for
Nice.
Oh,
cookies,
sweet.
Ooh, that place is so great.
for some sushi. Tomorrow, I'm taking myself out to Tom T's up at Nobo Brewing, and I'm going to get some of his new steamed boiled crabs, or the crab boils that he's doing now that crawfish season is over. So I'm going to see Tom T up at Nobo Brewing in Boynton tomorrow. I'm going to have myself a little Cajun feast.
Nice.
Tom T is getting very dangerously close to me. Just eating Cajun food every day. When with his new appearances, sort of south of the
Anchors
border
Away.
there, and at the Anchors Away. And I look every day for him to post up that I'm at Anchors Away, and every day I think I'm going. I haven't gotten there yet, but Tom T is knocking it out of the park there with that stuff.
He's going to be having the lovely Heather is going to be running the Anchors Away operations tomorrow. That he's getting so big now. He's got the dueling satellite locations. He's got Nobo Brewing.
When he was talking to Bert Rappaport, you knew something big was cooking.
He's
Yeah,
cooking.
with
He
this
is
guy,
cooking
yeah.
up something big. But let me get back to
Where were you?
what's with you and the sodium and the butterball.
Oh,
turkeys and all that?
here's the thing. I used to do this diet, and it's based a lot on salads, white meat, protein. It does have some keto principles to it.
I'm going to go in on
But
myself.
basically what it is you're trying to kind of clean out your system a little bit. It's not like you're desperately trying to lose weight with some fluke diet. You're really just trying to cleanse your system out. You drink a lot of water, very little alcohol. I mean, this is almost an exception here. I'm only on day 2, did well, but I made a turkey breast, and that was a big part. Because I think if you're dieting and you're trying to lose some weight, having the foods that you need to eat ready to go is an important element there. Have you found that? I mean,
Yes.
because this way you're not
Preparation
tempted
is key. Preparation is key.
right. You're not tempted to eat something that you don't want that throws the whole thing
You
off.
buy the right
Yeah.
things, load up your fridge, make
Exactly.
your cooking. If you have turkey breast for 3 days,
Right. I mean, you're making one turkey breast, and you're going to eat that, as your white meat protein for the next few days. And I used to get these little Publix jobs, and I remember they were like 99 cents a pound frozen, and maybe $2.99 fresh. And they had plenty of them, but this time I go to Publix, and in the turkey bin they only had this butterball turkey breast, and that was the only turkey breast that they had of any type, frozen. So I defrost it, I put it in the oven. I cook it for an hour in the air fryer, and it was absolutely delicious. And I'm thinking, this is sensational.
You could
If
get
this
away
is
with
what
this,
I'm going
yeah.
to eat, I'm going to eat this to my grave, and
Yeah.
it's going to be great. I'll be skinny as a rail.
Yeah.
And then the Mustang gets into it naturally, because you always, kind of like Mayo-esque when it
She
comes
got
to
a
food,
futz.
has to have something to say.
Yes.
And she says, "Oh, do you know that's loaded with sodium?" I'm like, "No, it's clean as a whistle. What are you talking about?"
Butterball.
Oh my God! I mean, the article she sent me about this is an atrocity. I mean, I may as well have just gargled with cyanide, as thinking I'm getting healthy off this.
What they really should name it is salt ball.
Yeah.
Why do they? I mean,
or salty ball.
is that true of all turkey breasts?
No.
No. And
No.
here's the thing. Number one, if you're going to go get like a frozen turkey product, Empire Kosher, which costs 3 times as much because it's kosher. But
But where do you find it? That's the question.
I think they have it at Publix.
I have found it at my local Publix
Yeah.
or Publix that has the ones in Hollywood and Emerald Hills where there's
Yeah.
a sizable Jewish
The more
population.
Jewishy places. a lot
Yeah.
of it.
But
Baruch
your big,
atah
the Coral
Adonai,
Springs, I'm sure,
Eloheinu
has
melech
it.
haolam, asher
Aventura,
k'dishanu b'mitzvah
but your big mistake, Defo.
What is breathing? What were you going to say?
No, this
Mayo?
is a perfect segue.
Yeah, the
into our
brine.
first
When
break.
they're brine, that makes it.
No,
salty.
Butterball. What they do is they inject it with salt. They to brine it to
Oh,
make it more
God.
tender. And it just
I mean, it was
it gives
delicious.
it more. Tender.
Our buddy Brian,
Oh.
my favorite, is saying boar's head, which usually does really good meat.
You guys,
He does make a low salt
again
kind
a
of.
big fat fastball over the middle. Delaware Chicken Farm and
Oh,
Seafood.
Well,
okay,
that's
that's
where I
true.
would go, but I mean, but I didn't have a chance to go there, and I happened to be in a store, and I was
Well,
getting ready to start this thing.
let me now do a first early break because we know
Yeah.
Joe's going to come down here and say if you want the freshest and best
Oh,
poultry.
no doubt, yeah.
If
I
you
can't wait
want
to
a
get there.
turkey breast that is like all natural, hormone, antibiotic free, and not pumped injected with sodium, a turkey breast, you will find that at Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. This weekend, of course, is Father's Day. It is a perfect time to go in today, tomorrow, even Sunday. They'll be open. They're open 7 days, and pick up some steaks. Or if you're more health minded, get some of the nice lean white
The
meat.
chicken looks great there.
The
Unbelievable.
turkey.
Yeah.
They also have, the chicken sausage that they make in-house there. All kinds of great stuff. And, of course, you really want to be lean, mean, fighting machine. You get the seafood and the fish. All
Yep.
fresh fish.
Yep.
So healthy. It's brain food. And I know
Yeah.
your brain at this point.
I'm taking every supplement you can to get your brain to be
suck on
working
a
again.
couple
Yeah.
of the octopuses or the jellyfishes or the.
I wish they sold jellyfish by the pound there. I would buy like several tons of it.
But Delaware has what you are looking for, no matter what kind of lifestyle regime you are on. They're at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood. We're going to be there next Thursday for our monthly visit. And we're going to be celebrating and looking forward to the 4th of July holiday, where we're going to have kinds of Wagyu hot dogs and some brisket blend burgers. Wagyu hot dogs, not low sodium, but they're delicious.
No. I mean, how much better are they than like a regular hot dog? In your
Good.
opinion?
They're better.
It's better quality of meat.
Better
Because
quality of
if
meat.
you're going to eat a hot dog, I don't mind that it's got like junk in it because you're already
Oh, yeah, it is
what it
conceding to the
is. It's
fact
a
that
hot
you're
Would
eating a
you
hot
rather
dog.
be
Yeah.
eating pig's lips and other parts of
No, that's
pigs,
the thing.
or would you rather
I
be
mean, if you
eating
put it that way, Mayo.
Wagyu beef that
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
massaged by the every day people
It's a
go
different
out
kind
and
of-
treat
probably
these
fat
animals.
animals
Lubie and I
like
were talking about
kings.
that. I mean, the treatment of animals, obviously, the animal doesn't end up in a favorable position if you're eating it. But, I mean, how much attention do you pay to the overall treatment?
Well, I don't, but I should.
Do you need a massaged hot dog? Or are you not just partaking in something that's ultimately cruel in its outcome anyway?
No, happier animals taste better.
Well, I mean,
Don't
that's,
you know that?
Yeah, I guess.
And look, whatever you
That's
want.
a whole
for
nother
your
subject,
that's a
Lubie.
whole other
Yeah.
subject.
I mean, that's a dark subject for Let's Eat South Florida people to be considering here. Although, let's face it, I mean, it goes along with eating. It's very orgasmic.
Yeah, but
Yes.
I think some of the fish, that's a more look, this is the cycle of life. We've got to have. There's a pecking order.
Can I eat this while you're talking?
Yes,
Yeah.
please do.
It's a
And
nice salad.
where am I? Oh yeah, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market.
You were
They
doing
have
a
the best
commercial.
stuff. Yes,
Yeah.
I was doing a commercial until you brought in the pita.
Yeah, Devo, Mr.
Next thing you're having an
Mr.
orgy.
Pita.
Yeah. And your keto diet.
Shrimp feel no pain. You can go get those big Key West
I don't
pink
think that's
shrimp
true, but-
and throw them on the Barbie for
Nice.
the 4th of July or for Father's Day.
Yeah.
Look, whatever you want for the next couple of weeks. All kinds of celebrations going on: graduation parties, retirement parties, Father's Day, 4th of July. That is your big party home cookout central. Delaware Chicken and Seafood Market. They've been around since the 50s in their current location since the early 60s. Doug Carter and his crew, they'll take great care of you. Quality, service, selection. That's the Delaware way. Go in there and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we're back to chow down on more food. How's that? That chicken sandwich looked great.
It's great. I love
And,
the
Lubie,
avocado.
I love when they put a nice portion of avocado on
What
it.
do you have
gives you
again,
that
Lubie? You have
creaminess.
The
something
French
terrific.
dip. I just
Oh,
was
French
thinking we would
dip.
do
Nice,
sandwiches today. You guys
And I
are
have
just
to say,
chowing
if you
down.
weren't thinking, hey, I'm not going to be, we're eating a ton of food here at the track, but this salad is delicious, absolutely fantastic. And we're coming back more Gulfstream Park. I have to get in on the Belmont race. Luca Panici's in the first there, I think, with a live shot. So we're going to be doing some gambling.
Eat
and
some
some
more
talking.
lettuce, Bugs Bunny.
Yeah, in a moment.
I think you're talking crap.
It's Mayo for Gilbert's 17th Street Grill. You know me. I love family-run places with quality food at fair prices, served with passion and pride. And that's why I love Gilbert's. For more than a decade, Lenore, Beth, and Richie Gilbert have been serving up the best burgers, wings, ribs, salads, and desserts. It's a fast casual spot. Everything prepared fresh to order from an immaculate open kitchen. They're at 1821 Cordova Road in Fort Lauderdale in the Cordova Shops just south of 17th Street. Open every day but Sunday. One of my favorite burgers in South Florida. Big, round, juicy pucks of 100% Angus beef, char grilled to perfection. And don't miss the sweet potato fries on the side. They're legendary. Go to Gilbert's, feast, and be happy. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks, just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Go in there on a Wednesday. They got buy one, get one on cheesesteaks from 5 to 8 p.m. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6. The early bird special runs from 4:30 to 5:30, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Beach Cafe. It's a South Florida landmark, and it's one happy restaurant right on the water. Tables literally on the beach. A place where you could dip your toes in the sand, kick back, relax with island vibes, tropical drinks, and live music daily. You know it. It's at One Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea. And of course, it has Chef Chris Nealon and his famed Caribbean Floridian cuisine with a huge menu with something for everyone. Seafood, raw bar, conch fritters, burgers, sandwiches, salads, deli specials, and of course, that famous Bimini bread. They've got a great staff that'll take great care of you. There's something to celebrate every day. Open 7 days until late. Parking available on site. Happy hour weekdays 4 to 7 p.m. Go check out more at arubabeachcafe.com. Better yet, go in there yourself at Aruba Beach Cafe. Good food, drinks, friends, and laughter are always the catch of the day. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. We're back on the Lunchbox. We're at 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. Going to be a big weekend here. Father's Day on Sunday. Joe B told me
they're already getting a crowd in here. It's great.
Joe B told me they're going to be having more than 900 in the books,
Wow.
probably close to 1,000.
Wow.
I think for Mother's Day they did about 960. So Father's Day just as big as Mother's Day,
Well, you would
especially
think
at a
at the
racetrack.
track.
Yeah, of course.
The fact that they did so well for Mother's Day.
I always
you
think
knew
of
was the
Father's Day
precursor.
as a stay at home, and dads are
Look, no one cares.
dads are stoic.
gets
Nobody
screwed.
wants to take. They don't do anything the whole year anyway. So make them cook some steaks. Make them work on their day. But I guess a lot of families are treating dads right and bringing them out here.
That's
for
the way to
Father's
do
Day.
it. I mean,
smart.
come on.
One of
You're
our
gonna make
winners.
this guy slave over a hot grill. It's
Exactly.
150 degrees in the shade out there, and you take them to the track, nice, cool air conditioning, 10 Palms, all you can eat. Just absolutely fantastic. And
Enhanced
your
buffet.
favorite word now is the enhanced buffet, as if you were like
Enhanced.
just gargling with Viagra. Enhanced buffet.
Enhanced,
Great,
meaning
yes.
they put some extra goodies
Because
out.
it's already a great buffet,
Yeah,
so
it's
they're
a
just
great
telling you
buffet,
it's
but I
another
think
level.
Joe says they break out some of the crab legs. We'll get the deets from him in a second.
How was that taste in New York, by the way? I know you mentioned it
Oh, I
earlier.
enjoyed-
but,
yeah,
that
no,
was
no,
good, right?
they,
that was
you know,
only last week,
It
wasn't
was just
Yeah.
last Saturday. It seems so far away because I've done so much
You're
eating
eating 40
between
meals since
then
then.
and
Oh,
now.
and you got the Thai
But
spice thing.
again, they had all kinds of good little cocktail stations set up and pouring these little kind of sample pours of different drinks. Manhattan, that was like kind of a pre-made mix. They had a old fashioned that was actually handmade. They had some beers from New York.
Did you win money?
I didn't really play early in the day Saturday, and then the later races I did hit a pick four, but no, I ended up giving back. It was like a losing day on the
All right,
Belmont,
all right.
120 down, but that's all right.
Nothing terrible.
Let's talk about Thai spice because
Yeah, what'd you
again,
think?
we've done a lot of eating this week. Talia's Table, great Italian feast, man. That penne alla vodka was great, and that chicken, that double stacked chicken parm was a sandwich.
That was nuts.
They make some great sandwiches there. That is on my list, and I always thought, oh, Boca VNS subs is the paramount, but I'm gonna put Talia as some of those sandwiches
wow.
are right up there.
Yep.
And again, they used the crunchy bread, but it had a nice softness.
Well, I just
to it.
like that they did the normal chicken parm, but then they threw pesto on top of it.
Yeah.
Which was a nice little
Yeah.
addition.
It was a good little twist.
Somebody was asking actually on Let's Eat South Florida about catering in that area. Italian, they wanted a big party catering.
They
throw
do
in the
great.
name.
I
Taglia's
couldn't help but throw
Tuscan
in
Kitchen.
Italian's Tuscan
Got
table.
And of course, you could throw in Tom T because his
does a
Louisiana
great
Kitchen.
job.
They
Yeah.
do catering for
But
parties.
they were looking at Italian,
So like Italian
and
big party.
Yeah.
that came up, and Kevin, of course, Special
Absolutely.
K put it in there, and a lot of people had a big thumbs up.
Yeah, no,
for sure.
it's got a good reputation.
Great.
We hope
great
to be
stuff.
getting out there soon. We might actually be
Couple
doing
weeks
that. It's on the books, tentatively scheduled to talk to more sports luminaries from FAU, which we always enjoy talking a little sports and eating, and both at the same time is great. Then, of course, we had so I did a patented Mike Mayo, what Louis C.K. used to call the bang bang, where you eat one full meal and then go right into another full meal.
That's amazing.
This was Tuesday, and I did what's called the Spice Exacta. I went from Deck and Spice with the Indian food in
Right.
Pompano to Thai
where you
Spice.
didn't hold back, by the way.
I thought I really didn't eat that much. I had a samosa. I had a little bit of
Just compared to Defo and me, we were attacking it pretty solid.
well, I love the hot spicy food and
And
the
we
garlic
were a little
naan and
more.
all that stuff is great. But I went right from Deck and Spice. Got invited to go to Thai Spice, which is on Commercial Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Oakland Park, and it's one of those places. It's been around. It opened in 1989, the same year that I arrived in South
yeah?
Florida.
Oh, wow.
It's been open 34 years.
I used to go there like 30 years ago.
It
That's when I
started
lived in the
off
area.
as a single bay in this strip shopping center there, where it was mainly like a grocery store. You'd go in and you'd buy some Asian. It was like an Asian market,
Okay.
but he did some. His name is Michael. His dad was, I think, His dad worked at the Mai Tai. I'm not sure if he was in kitchen or as a maitre d'. But Michael ended up gravitating towards the cooking end of the street. He worked at the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, and then he did some, I guess, traveling, and he actually spent some time in Bangkok at the Mandarin Oriental there, and he developed a passion for Thai food and products. Opens up Thai Spice in 1989 as a single, like, little market, and then he would make some, thank you very much. He would make some, little, whatever you call it, like
To your birthday.
not dumplings. What do you have? Little appetizers, spring rolls, and things like that in the Thai cuisine.
Mayo's birthday.
Here's to you, Lubie. Thanks
those
for
things
all
like
you
my
do.
mother.
Here's to us eating and drinking, and actually, this is great. What a life we got. Thai Spice. It then expanded into multiple bays,
Do you
and he
do
has
this?
this
Do you approve of
elaborate
this?
kitchen.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna.
No, I mean,
finish up.
dumping
It looks like a strip club,
Yeah,
Brian
yeah.
saying. Does it? I haven't seen it. I don't know.
It's multiple rooms. It's dark. It has a fish tank up front by the bar. My friend Kui from Kaizen wanted
What
to take
did
me
he
there.
think of it?
He's been there
he's been there
numerous
before.
times,
Oh, okay.
and Michael has become a regular customer of
At
Kui at Kaizen.
Okay,
That's
nice
where
to
Michael
see.
goes
Yeah.
for his fish. Now, my vision of Thai Spice was that it was going to be an Americanized place, and they have this steak program there. So it's kind of similar to Christine Lee's in that it has some Americanized fish dishes, but their traditional Thai food is excellent. The
Really?
flavors
Have you
are
had
great.
curry? I would really.
we
I'm looking for
had
some really good
we
red
had a
curry.
little bit of everything. We had a lobster pad Thai. They do some like kind of
really
upscale-
lobster pad Thai.
Oh, it's great. I mean, they
Oh,
bring out
wow.
a whole lobster tail and some little fried chunks of
Really?
lobster. We had the nam sad, which is the ground up chicken with the big slivers of ginger, and it had the good fish sauce. We got the extra fish spicy sauce. Me and Kui really went to town. I mean, we ate, and I drank one of these fruity cocktails that kind of
Was it enjoyable after having a full meal? It sounds like it was because you're at your descriptive best, and this is what
I
we love
kept
about
going.
Mayo when he
I
gets
kept
going on
going.
this.
It's like I became like a Joey
Yeah.
Chestnut, where my stomach just had expanding. And like I said, I have two shoots. I have the shoot A. I send meal number one down
Yeah.
there on the left side, and then meal number two went down the right side.
I've had a steak there. I mean, I haven't been there probably. I mean, I lived in that area around 1992 through maybe 94. No, a little longer than that. 92 till about 2000. So it was a common place to stop in.
Well, you have
And,
a hole in there.
I've had the steaks, and they were great, as I recall. But the other stuff, and I like
let
that
me-
kind of spicy stuff too. And it all sounds terrific. So that's good to know they're still
We
at that
had
level.
also the basil duck with
Basil duck.
Yeah,
wow.
it's a crisp roasted duck that's served with some basil and a little bit of a light basil sauce. It's a little bit sweet and spicy. That was great. 2 types of rice, the namsad. They brought this kind of like fried chicken, a pork summer roll kind of thing, all kinds of dipping sauces. But the steak, let me rhapsodize about it for a second, because
Okay. Was it like a steak, and then did they cook it to
USDA prime ribeye? Okay, it was
like a steak?
it was a steak, but it wasn't that thick. But it was marinated in something that made it special.
Okay.
We ordered it medium rare, and it came out with the greatest crust.
Nice.
Yet when
Wow.
you still cut it, it was perfectly medium
Nice.
rare.
Nice.
So juicy, so flavorful.
That's impressive.
With this marinade, I don't know what kind of, and then they had this special like extra dipping sauce on the side, which has that kind of umami fish sauce flavor where you could dip the steak in it, even though it had plenty of flavor. Just served as a side accompaniment, baby bok choy that was
Nice.
perfectly,
crisp.
sauteed with a little bit of garlic.
You want your crisp?
For somebody on, let's say, all right, maybe steak isn't on your regimen, but it is like lean and mean, and for a
But this
like,
is what I was
look-
saying about like that Greek place we had the big argument about. In other words, the steak's on the menu there, and maybe it's not their bag, but you would expect it to be excellent like
Exactly.
everything else.
Yeah.
at the Greek place. Yeah, you know what? You're
No, but
right.
I mean in general. I mean,
In
it's
general,
nice that that was
I'm
the
going to
case
Thai
there.
Spice. I'm
Yeah.
not getting a steak. I'm thinking.
Well,
but
you're thinking Thai
but
food,
they are
right.
known for their steak, just like
Okay.
Christine Lee's down
Right.
here at
Okay.
Gulfstream is known for their steaks and lamb chops, even though it's a Chinese restaurant. Thai Spice, again, you got to know where you're going. You got to have the locals tell you, and ask a waiter, and they'll say, "Oh, our steaks are really good," and we had one.
They were known for that. I know
and
that. Yeah.
it was one of the better steakhouse steaks I've had
Really?
in a long
Wow.
time.
Wow.
That's interesting.
Hold on, that's
For
cool. to get
ribeye.
off.
So
You can do it one more
Thai
round.
Spice was good for a second meal, especially. I put a lot of it down
I hope you're saving that last bite of the sandwich for the
for Joe. Yeah,
the closeout.
for the
Yeah,
closing.
yeah,
And
yeah.
for Joe, I gotta
It's going to be a
salute.
new signature thing.
All right, hey,
where,
let's get to the contest.
he eats
All
the
right.
sandwich.
Oh yeah, we haven't
But
even
anyway,
got to the
that's
contest
why
at
you're
all.
red.
But anyway, I could cross off my list. I always make a topic
yeah.
of what are some of the favorite
It's
places,
one of your big
one of the
generic
big
topics.
places that
Yeah.
you've never been to before.
Yeah.
I can't believe it took me that long. I will go back in a heartbeat. Maybe not the most traditional in terms of like street food that you find at some of the other Thai restaurants
Right.
around town. I like Larb Thai Isan up on Federal Highway. But Thai Spice, big thumbs up. Gambling Gourmet approved, Lunchbox approved. Good job, Michael T. and the rest of the crew there at Thai Spice. Have you ever been to Thai Spice?
I have not heard
Nope.
nothing but great things. Though.
I'm joining the chorus because it's the first time a friend took me to lunch there earlier this week. Everything was fantastic. So
Wow,
good
great.
stuff. We welcome back to the Lunchbox. And we don't have any champagne. I don't have any Stanley Cups around, but I do want to salute the champions.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Here's to the
Will the
winners.
cup be here at 10 Palms at some point?
I wish.
Is there anybody with South Florida ties?
I wish. I
Yeah.
tell you, it's funny. I have actually quite a few fraternity brothers. Salute, gentlemen. But I have quite a few fraternity brothers that have season tickets to the Vegas nights. That's how I
Oh,
was
nice.
introduced to them and got hooked as a fan. So I had a lot of great pictures being sent to me as the night was going on. And the next night, the players were out at Delilah and
Oh,
the
nice.
Win.
Mhm.
And celebrity chef Josh Capon, that used to be from Lower Fish Bar, was at the next table. So I saw on his Instagram it had the Stanley Cup and all the players
Next to him.
Wow.
right next to him, the next table over him at Delilah.
That's cool. Well, I have a feeling that Stanley Cup is going to be making the rounds around the strip and all the
Imagine.
day clubs and some of
Yeah.
the cabanas and things like that. But
Does it get to the Bunny Ranch?
Maybe.
Imagine that would be. Would that
I
be the
don't-
strangest place the
I
cup's ever
don't
been?
want to think about these things. But
No.
anyway, Joe B, big Golden Knights fan. And yeah, the Panthers, we're going to have to wait another 20, 30 years until our next cup appearance. Maybe not.
No, but it was a
but
great run.
Man, how
Really
tough for
great.
hockey players. Did you read about all the broken bones that they didn't
Unbelievable.
The
divulge?
broken
Yeah.
foot, yeah. Ekblad with the old broken foot,
Broken
and
foot and
oblique muscles,
and oblique
shoulders,
and Kachuk
Concussion.
had a broken sternum
Yeah.
and he's still scoring. How
Yeah.
tough are these guys?
Yeah.
I mean, well, you know what? I don't want to denigrate any other sport. All I know is that hockey players are the toughest. And
oh yeah,
But it
look,
could be a reason why they got dominated so heavily, especially in that last game. I mean, they were crushed.
well, don't
Yeah.
make excuses. It was Vegas that beat them up. They were
Yeah.
they punished them. They were bigger and stronger, and they just I guess meaner. They showed no mercy. They were
Yeah.
like the blackjack dealer that draws to 21 5 times in a row. They just crush your soul and your spirit and your sternum and everything. It's like it was bad.
I saw a video on the Vegas Instagram page that had Colasar, one of their fourth line checkers. He goes, "I love when the other teams hate me."
Well, and Kachuk paid the price for that hit on Eichel in the game too.
Yeah,
'cause,
Colasar got him back on that one.
They crushed him from that point on, and that was it.
Yeah.
All right, the contest we got.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff to get to here.
I didn't even get to the first clue. We've been so busy talking and celebrating and all this stuff.
You've been on a roll today. I mean, whatever euphoric drugs you're taking right now,
they're working.
They're working.
They're working.
You're a different guy. You really are, Mike
It's
Mayo.
just called eating and drinking and having a great time and, living life, enjoying it. I heard the greatest song this morning. My mom was out on the porch. She has a little transistor radio, is listening to the oldies station. Maybe the one that we were on.
My alarm goes off to that every day to remind me of, when the various times I had to suspend my career and work there. But and we do have to time this with a break so I can bet Luca Panici in the first race.
The song was "I Just Want to Celebrate Another Day of Living," which is
that's your new MO.
Who is that? Go in the Gang or the Temptation? Who sang that? I just
don't know.
Want to celebrate another day of living.
Get to the clues here, kid.
Okay, here we go.
Joe's a busy man.
I thought you said I could have been a rapper.
You could have been a rabbi, I think. Not
a rabbi, a cantor. Not so much of a cantor. Cannot. Okay, time for this week's contest. You know how it works, right?
I
People
do.
get it.
You want me to
This
explain
week
it?
it's easy. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, Mike's going to throw out some clues. You have to put in the name of the restaurant, figure out what it is, and then we're going to tie that to a race tomorrow on the card at Gulfstream, which is what?
Saturday's 11th race is the feature race. It is the $75,000 Game Face Stakes. I have my game.
You
face
have your
on.
game face on
For
this morning.
3-year-old fillies, field of 8. So you're going to give a number between 1 and 8 in tomorrow's
Send it to
race.
Mike Mayo Eats at Mike Mayo.
Mike Mayo Eats at gmail.com by
Yep.
noon tomorrow. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I'm going to be especially mean about getting it in on time because I'm out of pocket after noon.
And Joe Bass, you're taking a beating on all the people that we've comped here at 10 Palms. That's
the comments have been great, though. It's been well
Stronex,
worth
we've
it.
been looking into some of the comps, but we've been happy to be giving away a brunch for 2 here.
More positive feedback from last week's winner, one of them that came out. Thank you, Michelle. And not my ex, but she, again, nothing but high praise for the service and the food here at 10 Palms. So, again, if you've never been here, well, before I get to the first clue, you got Father's Day. Do you have any more capacity or are you sold out?
We will take walk-ins on an available basis. In case there's some people may have double booked or no call, no show, so to speak. And then we do have some available seating on the outside area.
Okay.
For walk-ins, we like to block and reserve tables inside the dining room for everyone that makes reservations, and we keep the outside area available for walk-ins. And then, of course, some people that have reservations that were blocked on the inside will show up and request to sit outside, which frees up some tables. So, but we are at max 850 reservations for Father's Day.
You're going to hit close to 1,000.
And we'll probably hit close to 1,000 with walk-ins.
Bigger than Mother's Day because dads love the races. And again, enhanced buffet this week. So the walk-ins, it's going to be
$65 per person plus tax and gratuity. And anyone, not just the dads. But usually the brunch will include a free mimosa. This week we are allowing substitution of the mimosa for a draft beer.
Nice beer for dads. And of course, if you don't want to be part of the Father's Day crowds, every Sunday, 10 Palms has the buffet for $55. And come on in any Sunday with the family. It makes for a great summertime treat.
Pop a clue. I only got 1 minute to post here. I may have to excuse myself. All right, good.
Now.
You get the clue.
Don't
I want to hear the first clue, though. Come on.
Oh, you're
guess
okay.
the restaurant.
All right. So again, the 11th race at Gulfstream, blah, blah, blah. This week's restaurant, we pay tribute to all the dads out there for Father's Day with a Key West institution. I'm going to give all 3 clues at once. This is a slam dunk. I'm getting easy in my old age. Number 1, this famous Duval Street watering hole is still going strong after 90 years and is perhaps best known as one of the favorite hangouts of a writer nicknamed Papa.
Wow. All right.
Number 2, every July.
On that, I got it.
I'll
be back.
Every July, the establishment features an annual Papa Hemingway lookalike contest. This year's edition will be held July 19th to the 22nd, every July. And then, geez, here we go. Well,
Happy birthday.
I was afraid of this happening.
Happy birthday, dear
Gambling
Michael.
gourmet. Happy birthday to me. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. I am deeply touched and honored, and I'm going to make a wish. Thank you.
Hey.
And my wish was not to hit every trifecta tomorrow. Good health and happiness for all. That is always a good wish. Joe, thank you so much. And it's, Lubie, chocolate, my favorite. All right, let's get to the third clue. This is a slam dunk. Besides featuring rum cocktails, a full bar, and and live music, the establishment also has a menu with specialties including fried pickle chips, Havana nachos, and its namesake sandwich of loose ground beef in a sweet, rich tomato sauce. So there you have it.
That's
Slam dunk.
That's a slam dunk right there.
Slam dunk. Okay. Famous Duval Street, Key West watering hole. One of the favorite hangouts of a writer nicknamed Papa Hemingway. Hence Father's Day. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I did my best. I was going to do Papa's Raw Bar in whatever that is in Lighthouse Point, but I figure that might be a little too esoteric. This place is a classic place.
Yep.
So, Defo, did you get your action in? You missed my birthday serenade. Yeah, so we'll save a piece of cake for you. And I guess, where did Lubie go? Well, what do we want to talk about? We've got Father's Day coming up. We have, I think I saw something in my inbox about your Taste of the Track series for the summer. There's
Correct.
a package deal.
There is. So the
sweet.
Taste of the Track was always
Way to recover, by the way.
Thank
Mayo.
you. I was definitely lost.
You were gone,
the
man.
original concept of Taste of the Track events was for the summertime to bring in business during the summertime, and it was tied into our Sire Stakes race days, and that was the original concept behind it. We would do 3 or 4 every summer, and they became wildly popular that we were asked to activate them on our big race days during the season as well, like Holy Bull and Fountain of Youth, and so we started activating. So we do the series twice a year now, but July 29th we'll kick off our summer series. That will be Burgers and Brews. So that'll feature at least 12 to 14 local beers or at least craft beers.
That's a good one, too.
So,
I've been to that.
Yep. And then we'll have about at least 5 or 6 different kinds of burgers, and well as a dessert station. And then I think, don't quote me on this, I know it's the last Saturday of August. I can't remember the exact date, but that will be tacos and tequila, which is by far our most popular of the bunch. And then I believe September 23rd is will be the bourbon and barbecue.
That sounds me.
And
That's mine.
And
I
that's
like
great.
bourbon and barbecue.
So, all the
beers
events.
and burgers are great.
Tacos and tequila, I would go for that.
Tequila, I had
you
an
have
incident.
issues. Yeah.
So, but are those all tied into the Stallion Series stakes races?
Yeah, the Sire Stakes races.
The Sire Stakes, what they call.
So
now.
again, and all those events will be $50 for general admission, $75 for VIP. The VIP gets you in an hour earlier and more choice seating closer to the windows.
And I think the package deal is if you buy all 3 now in advance, you get an extra 30% off.
20%.
Okay,
You get 20% off if you buy all 3 now. So it's a phenomenal deal. 3 hours or 4 hours if you're VIP, because it gets you an hour earlier. But 3 to 4 hours of unlimited food and beverage. So can't go wrong.
Go to Gulfstreampark.com and you can get all the details and sign up, register, get the discount. And it's fantastic. I guess we're heading into the summer season again. Racing here, live racing every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and every day that there's live racing. 10 Palms is open and serving the summer menu. And kudos on the breakfast items from last week.
Exactly.
Defo is
salad was fantastic. I
went.
went Mayo. I've turned into him.
Yep. I got the 10 palm salad with the cornbread croutons.
10 palm salad, and I got the grilled chicken, blackened chicken on it.
That's a great.
Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely delicious.
And again, this week's contest, you get those restaurant answer along with the winning horse pick numbers 1 through 8 in tomorrow's 11th race, scheduled to go off at 5:51 p.m. The Game Face Stake. Can I see your game face?
My game face is ugly right now because Luca Benici is like dead last.
Okay.
Oh, here he comes, but far too late.
He's watching the races.
Yeah.
We've got numbers 1 through 8, and just a little recap. Luca's on a horse tomorrow, 21 long shot.
Well, I would
tomorrow,
put a line through that based on how he's riding this race.
The favorite is going to be Charlie's Wish, 9-5, the number 5 horse in
Listen to the
tomorrow's
crowd
feature
here,
race. Charlie's Wish, 9-5 for David Fox, trainer. And let's see, other contenders. Queen Karima, number 1. Number 7, flakes. I think I got to go with that. That's kind of a food thing, like frosted flakes, corn flakes. I'll go with flakes. I'm a little flaky myself. Edgar Zayas for the trainer Jay Alvarado. I don't even know a trainer Jay Alvarado here is.
Is that the former jockey?
I don't know what's going on, but again, 1 through 8.
Hey, how about we should pay tribute? Speaking of trainers, Jenna Antonucci, based here in Gulfstream,
Antonucci
wins the Belmont. I saw a piece yesterday on Fox Sports 1, their coverage of Belmont racing, and it was phenomenal. I hope they get a copy of this and can play it at the track here. And they had followed Jenna Antonucci all through that day. And it was great. Absolutely a brilliant piece. You couldn't appreciate how much this meant to somebody and what the game, the other layers of the game that are, different from, the average person thinks of the degenerate stooping for tickets at the rail here. But as you've shown, Joe, this can be a whole different experience. And, the different things that happened, I mean, this meant so much to her. It was phenomenal. So maybe, I'd like to get around maybe a future edition here at a Lunchbox. Mike Mayo, you got to work on that. Yeah, that was phenomenal. First woman trainer ever to win a Belmont, like on 150 something years.
Yep, exactly.
Talked to Dave Joseph, director of VP of Communications here at Gulfstream. I don't know if Jenna spends the summers up north at Belmont and Saratoga.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then comes back and stables down here in the winter.
Yeah.
Wow, she was great though. I mean,
but the clips of her cheering on the horse and.
Yeah, it was really
interesting. You see all the clip that made it that went viral. It was fantastic.
Yeah. What a reaction! And again. This is why we love horse racing. Equal playing field for no matter what your gender or anything is. Julie Crone won a Triple Crown race. She's a jockey that competed against all the male jockeys, top jockeys in the world. She was one of them. Jenna Antonucci, she has a horse she trains, could enter him against any of the big boys.
All those guys were out there.
The Fletchers, the Chad Browns, the Brad Coxes. She wins. And same thing. If you have a filly that rates with the boys, whether it's Winning Colors or the Rachel Alexandra.
I'm just wondering how you got to this one. He's been on some wild tangents today, Joe. I don't know what it is in his life.
I'm hanging out with Cake.
Oh, my God.
Might be the vodka talking. Cake is delicious, by the way. Where did this cake
so if you have
come
a
from?
filly that can compete with the boys, eat this cake.
I'm going to eat the cake. It's chocolate. It's fudgy. Speaking of fudgy, my annual Father's Day tradition on Sunday, Fudgy the Whale from Carvel. I love a good ice cream cake.
Yep.
This time of year. Man, I'm just giddy. I'm overflowing with food and fun and libations. And we got to do another break, as Lubie is telling me. Joe, thank you. Congrats.
Yes.
You think the Golden Knights are going to repeat? Or
no, I won't put my I wouldn't bet on that right now. I mean,
you're satisfied with
I'm
one?
happy with the one.
You're not
I'm happy with the one.
Okay.
Nope. I mean, it's a tough division. You got the Avalanche out there, and
but boy, they look good all postseason, and they really did put a hurting on the Panthers in the finals. Not to remind, not that I weep for, Doug Sifu and company, but just got to remind everybody the Panthers are now 1-8 in the Stanley Cup Finals in their
the break
thing. The break.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's coming up.
Tropical Acres. Speaking of great steaks, go out there this weekend for Dad because they're open 3 to 9 p.m. You could do the daily double. Come here for the brunch. Go to Tropical Acres for a late dinner because they taking reservations all the way up through 9 o'clock. 954-989-2500. The Studio Alley family, they'll take great care of Dad. They'll take great care of anybody who walks in the door because that's what they pride themselves. Been open since 1949. They have the Twin Lobster Special that goes Monday through Friday, $39 for the 2 lobsters live steamed from Maine or Nova Scotia. Salad, side. Can't beat that deal. Get it with a piece of filet mignon or prime rib. You got your surf and turf. Go to Tropical Acres, 2500 Griffin Road. Let Defo get to the next race. We'll be back after these words. Mayo here for Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market. Since 1951, family owned for over 70 years, the home of freshness. I've been a customer for over 3 decades, and it's the place to go for poultry, steaks, meats, and of course, their unbelievable selection of fish and seafood. They've got it all. Key West pink shrimp, grouper, snapper, lobster, and of course, Florida stone crab claws of all sizes. Don't forget their famous fish dip and a full selection of prepared foods. It's located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, just across from the Seminole Classic Casino. Owner Doug Carter and crew will take great care of you. Make sure to check out their weekly specials and daily catch online at DelawareChicken.com. Quality, value, freshness, that's the Delaware way. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Do you like pizza? Who doesn't like pizza? Well, my spot for pizza is the Pizza Spot. It's in that little bit hard to find Riverside Park neighborhood of Fort Lauderdale, but it's totally easy to love. It's at 601 Southwest 12th Avenue, New Haven style, a pizza from Wade and Reese. It's a lovely outdoor spot. You could also pick up pies to go at 754-779-7788, 754-779-7788. Again, they're open every day but Monday for lunch and dinner. Some of the best pizza I've ever had. Go to Pizza Spot. They also have subs, salads, and more. Tell them the Gambling Gourmet sent you. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, that's my spot. It's upscale food in a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. We're back on the Lunchbox, and now it's me with all my friends for my birthday celebration. Defo has fled to the windows because he just can't keep a good degenerate down. Lubie's back. It was great seeing Joe Beja. I'm very happy for his team.
Yeah,
I'm kind of sad that we went over 2 in championships.
Yeah.
But that's okay because I'm going to look on the positive side. It was still a great spring filled with action and all kinds of fun. And my food orgy and drink, I mean, I'll just keep going. And we're going to be back next week. Next week, I think we're going to be at Even Keel on Wednesday.
Nice.
On Thursday, we're going to be at Delaware Chicken and Seafood. Friday, we'll be back here at Gulfstream. I've got a big weekend on tap. I'm going to be celebrating the birthday tomorrow. It's my Heinz birthday. People who know the ketchup bottles will know what number that is.
Yep.
And I'm planning on seeing Tom T. I'll get some of those good crabs, his crab boil up at the Nobo Brewing. And then Sunday, I will be at Michelle's with my daughter. Tonight, I'm going to be at Kaizen eating a lot of sushi.
Nice.
And on Sunday, Michelle makes the meatballs. She makes the world's greatest meatballs and homemade pasta. She usually makes some tagliatelle.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to buy some shrimp at Delaware and get some big jumbo shrimp for shrimp cocktail. And have my Fudgy the Whale cake next week. Let's see. I can't even keep track. I'll be at Cafe Seville Tuesday night.
Oh,
eating a field
nice.
shop.
Nice.
With Bonnie, and maybe we could get you on board. I think Joe C might be there too. So it's going to be, I'm just going to keep rolling on along and literally rolling because I'm turning into a bowling ball. While
Well, happy Father's Day to all of you
Thank
out
you.
there, both you
had
gentlemen.
my cake, and I'm eating it too.
And happy birthday to you.
Again,
sir.
get
yeah,
those
you gotta finish
contest
like this.
entries into Mike Mayo
Can you
Eats
do
at
that after all
gmail.com.
this?
1 through 8, and the place in Key West where Papa Hemingway used to hang out. Again, that's a pretty easy slam dunk one. I'm going to just tell everybody to have a great, happy, healthy
Can you
weekend.
do it? Are you up to it?
I'm going to shovel
Oh,
some
my God.
of that.
Louie, get a
Say
video of this.
enjoy
Yeah.
every birthday, every French dip, every salad.
Every
Enjoy
birthday sandwich.
every sandwich.
Here we go. This is going to be big. Oh! 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 Oh, man. That was like a knockout in the UFC.
Well, I do this.
Oh,
I
my
don't know.
God.
Something's wrong with you.
All